In the blue corner, Uzbekistan's Jasurbek LATIPOV. We're underway. So alongside me, Colin Bryce, Will Vanders. Well, the lightest of the men that we're going to see in this evening's session. Extremely quick Andrew SELBY, but LATIPOV proves to have a lot of power in the quarterfinals.
Well, these two young men have done very well in the recent past. Both Olympic 2012 participants. We'll expect a high standard of technical ability from both men. Straight away, a very bright and sparky start to this, the first of our bouts in the second session this evening. SELBY switch hitting. Not a natural southpaw, but he comes off an orthodox guard occasionally, just to cause some problems for LATIPOV. Good rate of work from both fighters here.
Well, this is a rematch of 2011 in the semi-finals when SELBY managed to have a really tough go with LATIPOV. LATIPOV managing to beat him. And it's 2 years later, here we are again, the two of them having a crack at each other in the semi-finals again, a place at stake.
Good mobility, SELBY. Using the ring, trying to draw LATIPOV on. At this weight, you'd imagine they'd be pretty sparky. Very fast hands indeed. LATIPOV just trying to get the range right. SELBY working extremely hard, trying to spoil him on the way in, but landing his own shots as well. SELBY just seems to have the edge in terms of closing the distance between the two of them. Working extremely well now, the Welshman, pushing back. It was Beck.
Let's just remind ourselves, this, of course, is the 10-point must system now. And if this is the first time you've seen this World Championships, no headgear, of course. So aggression and quality of shots, technique, form, all come into play here now. And in the 10-point must system, we will have a 10-point winner. 9 will go to the loser if he's close, 8 if it's a dominant performance, and so on and so forth. Well, that's the end of the first round, and Andrew SELBY certainly looked to be the aggressor there.
Well, SELBY really bringing it to the Uzbek. Used the ring initially during the early part of the round just to have a look-see, to see what LATIPOV would bring. Once he was comfortable that it wasn't going to cause too many sudden upsets, he got down to a good steady work rate.
Well, let's see what the judges score this as. As you saw, LATIPOV having some really good shots there, and it's a mixed bag. It's 2 to SELBY, 1 to LATIPOV. Judge B going with the Uzbek, A and C there going with SELBY. But all of them scoring it very close indeed, 10-9. So we'll move on with the second round then. We know this is going to be close. SELBY actually started a bit slowly in the quarterfinals, but then woke up to the case and really turned it on in the second and third round. Let's see how he gets on with LATIPOV here. Jasurbek LATIPOV in blue for Uzbekistan, the Welshman in red, the #1 seed in the world right now.
Well, as you mentioned, Colin, the evolved rule system that's been brought in, especially for this 2013 World Boxing Championships, the non-use of headgear makes a huge difference to the mindset and attitude of the fighters. We've seen this throughout the tournament. It makes for a more dynamic, focused performance from both fighters. It's been a huge success, as is the scoring system, which is as transparent and as fair as it can be. 5 judges are picked absolutely randomly, and 3 of those judges have their scores picked randomly again by computer. So impossible to predict how and where the scoring will come.
Just a little warning there for using the inside of the glove. And Selby, unlike the quarterfinals where he was really dipping his gloves down, trying to bring on his opponent, he's not doing that now. He's showing a lot more respect to Latipov. Unless he gets a few good shots in here and the confidence comes up. That's one of Selby's favorite tricks, but no, he's holding his guard up high. He's nervous of this tricky Uzbek.
Well, Selby's been asked by the referee just to watch for injudicious use of his elbows. He's putting up his guard so high that when he comes in to block blows, he's finding that the elbows are getting in the way. Could cause a foul strike. So he's been asked by the referee to be careful of that. But at the moment, he's fighting orthodox and he's causing problems for Latipov. Latipov now starting to exercise his lateral movement right and move around the outside of the ring, making Selby the chaser. Never a dull moment with fighters at this weight. Always busy, always working.
A heavy shot there to Selby with the left hand of the Uzbek. Selby comes back, punching hard.
And you see the switch hitting from Selby, starting off the round orthodox, went to southpaw, tried to draw Latipov in, went back to orthodox again. Starting to bring some power into the shots now. As is Latipov, big overhand right.
Under 10 seconds to go in this second round.
A little indication from Selby there that Latipov might be using the head.
And the touch hands, nice show of sportsmanship there as the second round ends. Certainly Selby looks a lot better than he did in the quarterfinals, a lot fresher, a lot faster. He got tagged a couple of times by the Uzbek, but he was the busier of the two, Will.
Yeah, high work rate from both men, and Selby managing to get into close quarters now. Not as comfortable at range as he was at the beginning of the first round, so difficult to see how this will score. It'll be very close.
Well, there is the scores. Selby getting 2-10-9 scores, which puts him even on two judges' scorecards overall, 19 apiece, and then 20-18 for Judge C. So right now, it's Andrew Selby from Cardiff in Wales, who is looking like getting into the final. He's just got to hang on here. 3 more minutes of boxing underway. The Welshman in red, Latipov of Uzbekistan in blue.
Well, they've both earned high accolades over recent years, participants at the Olympics and the World Championships. Seeded at #1 in the world, Andrew Selby. Latipov, #4. And look at the effort that both these fighters are bringing to this. The leverage in that punch from Latipov sent him over when he didn't connect. Selby switch hitting, southpaw now. Full of confidence, jumps back to orthodox. Blink of an eye, and you've got a different proposition in front of you. So Latipov having to really work here. But Latipov takes the opportunity to hit the corner of the ring and start to use the space.
Well, I think these two guys could go on for many more rounds. They're still figuring each other out.
He's getting his shots off, Latipov, but he's just slightly off target. That big right hand, the more power you put in a punch, the longer it's going to take to get there, the earlier your opponent's going to see it. Great straight right there from Selby. That was a cracker. Straight through the guard, rocked the head back of Latipov. Just slightly quicker off the mark in the exchanges, Selby. And again, he does it. And he's showing a level of class here now, Selby. Starting to step up through the gears.
Keep your head up, says the referee. We have just under 1 minute of boxing left in this third and final round.
Both fighters trying to draw each other on. Latipov standing back, trying to bring Selby in, trying to open him up, trying to advantage in terms of counter-punching. But I think Latipov realizes he has the work to do as the clock ticks the round off.
Well, any final exchange now could really help their cause either way. Selby hardly had a lead going into this final round. He's showing off a little bit now, sticking his head out. He feels he's won it, and he goes down on his knees, almost certain that he's won it. Well, for his sake, I hope he has done. The Uzbek walks off a little more calmly and a little more collected. It's going to be tight, though. Both men put in a big performance there.
Absolutely. And although we didn't have exactly an electrifying end half minute of that round, the last 30 seconds, the pace has been frenetic throughout, and it's been action all the way. The work rate, well, an exemplary indication of AIBA boxing at this weight.
So, whoever gets their hand raised will go on to the final tomorrow, and then this men's flyweight 53-kilo class. Oh my goodness me! Well, what an unbelievable turnaround that is. Jasurbek LATIPOV of Uzbekistan. He's the #1 in the world. Andrew SELBY holds his head up high.